Hey guys, Pavis here with another off-the-cuff, unscripted video. I apologize for the horrible lighting. The sun is just coming in now, so if the lighting or the focus gets out of whack, please forgive me. But today, today's gonna be a tough one. Today, I want to talk about mental health, because mental health is so important. It is so important. I cannot understand the importance, the degree of importance that mental health plays, and I want to talk about it openly. I tried making this video a year ago actually, and I couldn't do it. I tried talking about it after Etika's passing, and I couldn't do it then because I wasn't satisfied with how I talked about it. But at this point, I don't give a shit. I need to talk about this. I need to talk about this. Because this is something that I feel strongly about. And I feel like if there's any message I need to put into the world right now, it's this one. We have to normalize mental health and talking about mental health. We have to normalize it. We have to normalize it. We have to create communities that foster understanding, empathy, and support for those who need it, especially in regard to mental health. It's a topic and an issue that we need to approach with understanding and empathy. And we need to build communities, families, social circles, friend groups. We need to build these things to be open, understanding, and safe for people to talk openly about mental health and mental issues. We have to. Because if we don't, if we let the stigmas of mental health remain as they are, people are going to suffer. People are going to die. We have to tackle this head on and talk about it. We have to talk about it. I myself do not, thank God, suffer from a mental illness or anxiety disorder or depression or anything of that sort. I don't. However, it is something I have grown up and continue to be in very close proximity to. I have been, not me, but not there as a patient, but I have been in a mental health ward in a hospital, for reasons I will not disclose here, but I've been there. And mental health and issues surrounding mental health have undeniably had an immeasurable impact on my life. And that's why I feel so strongly about it. I have seen how conversations around mental health, when there is a stigma, when there is shame, when there are barriers and all these awful things, I've seen how conversations built on foundations of stigma, shame, and judgment. I have seen how destructive and how damaging those systems are firsthand. And I can't just sit here idly when so many people do not have access to the support that they need. So we have to normalize talking about mental health. We have to. Again, I'll mention this before I say this, but I do not suffer from a mental illness or disorder. I have had run-ins with it, with anxiety and depression, but nothing clinical. But I do regularly attend therapy every month to address my mental health, more of as a preventative measure, and to deal with, the curveballs life throws at me and you, I presume. And it has been so healthy and probably one of the best decisions I ever made. With what life has thrown at me in the past year, I highly doubt that I would have gotten through it in the state that I am now without therapy. Without therapy, I would probably be coming out of these past few months to year very damaged and in a horrible state. I have very little doubt that that's where I would be right now if it were not for therapy. Therapy has helped me immensely with understanding myself, understanding the issues I face, and understanding others more than anything else, I think, in my entire life. And I have come to realize through it just how important it is we talk about these things. How important it is that people have an outlet where they can openly share and talk about the issues they face and the mental challenges they have and the roadblocks they face. That having that environment and that outlet, how important that is. And we have to do a better job. I'll restate this once more because it is so important. We have to create communities, families, social circles, and friend groups that support, that understand, that are empathetic, and talk about mental health seriously, and where people feel safe talking about their mental health issues. Because if we don't, I'll restate this again, the cycle will continue. This cycle of headlines will never stop. This is a crisis. Mental health is a crisis, and it is something that everyone can take an active step to improving and addressing by being more empathetic, by being more understanding, and by helping to create communities where people feel safe, where people feel like they can talk and get the support that they need, whether that is private or publicly. I think that is all I'm going to say. I implore you, I plea, honestly, because I know the effects of what inaction do in this specific topic. In whatever ways you can, create communities, create support systems, create by whatever means you can, spaces where people can talk about mental health. We have to normalize it, and it's not going to be easy, but we have to do this. That's all from me, guys. See you around.